Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sound Test Podcast. This is episode 11. This is the host, Brian, and I'm joined by Max.
We're here yet again, baby.
That was such a delayed response.
It's like, oh, it's only one person. Me, the other person.
It's
That's
me followed by here
crickets.
I am.
and Deontay.
As I was saying, yes, I am here.
So, on this festive episode, this
Let's
is
spread some
It's
holiday cheer.
festive. Where's my? We don't have enough Christmas lights. There's no Christmas music playing. I'm not drinking any eggnog. What's festive about
It's the Christmas ham.
well, I mean that's your problem. I have like Christmas going on behind me.
it?
Like I have the literal Santa right here.
Maybe maybe we should get Sound Test to have video again.
Um,
So
so
maybe
anyway, so seeing as this is actually being posted right after Christmas, like the day after Christmas, I thought it'd be kind of fun if we went back and looked at our, you know, gaming holiday memories and our Christmas gaming memories, and you know, what was the standout moments gaming wise for Christmas throughout the years for us. Um, because I know for me personally, you know, Christmas is always the time you get new consoles and either new
Hmm.
consoles or new games, and it was just like,
the new games, more bugs.
and like that was like the greatest moment ever was getting a new
Yeah,
console on Christmas Day.
bro. What? I remember the Nintendo when the Nintendo Wii came out. I would open that gift and seeing the Nintendo Wii. I lost my shit.
Oh boy, I gotta
Like.
tell you, I gotta tell you about my Nintendo Wii story.
I didn't get that I got the consoles that I've gotten for like Christmas is a PlayStation and my PS4 and my GameCube. I definitely remember my GameCube.
So
Those were my Christmas consoles.
I guess I'll start. Um, yeah, as I said, I got all my consoles like for Christmas. So the first one I had was the Nintendo 64. And I had that with Super Mario 64. That was a great Christmas. Um, I think I got all the Game Boys in a similar fashion. But I remember the Dreamcast when I first got the Dreamcast. That was like super like big in my mind because that was the first time I saw Sonic in 3D. But
Ooh, that's
also,
mind blowing.
it really was. I loved Sonic Adventure, but um, that was kind of when I learned the cold hard facts about memory cards. Because I think I was like what 6 or something, and you know my first console was the Nintendo 64, and I was on cartridge, so you didn't have to really worry about save states. I mean, save slots or anything like that. And then I remember getting Sonic Adventure and playing through it, and then turning it off, and I was like, oh, I got to start all over again. Thinking it's like, oh, it's like the old Sonic games. You got to play it in all in one go.
No, fam.
And so I kept on playing. And I was like, dang, this is a long game to do in one go. I don't know if I could beat this game.
Did you like come to the epiphany? It was like, I'm gonna have to repeat what I used to repeat all over again and go through that struggle.
Well, the epiphany came with Blue Stinger. So I had Sonic Adventure and Blue Stinger. That was like the first few games I got. Which,
I'm so sorry.
by the way, Blue Stinger is not a game for kids. It is a Resident Evil clone. Um, and
Poor kid.
if y'all have never seen that game, it is hilarious. Like it's not a good game. Um, but
But you loved it.
I loved it at the time, but I think it was that part of the game where I was just like, oh, insert the memory card to save, and I was like, what is a memory card? Or the VMU. I'm sorry, insert the VMU to save.
So what's it called? Some of my earliest Christmas memories with gaming. I remember back when PS2 was the hotness. I was a huge Jack and Daxter fan. Um, and when Jack 2 was coming out, oh my God, I remember what game it was still gaming. I believe it was still Game Informer, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's old school. Well, actually, Game Informer still exists.
I'm saying Game Informer is still the thing. But yeah, we had a subscription to Game Informer, and I remember reading inside. I seen Jack 2. I was like, oh my God, he has a gun. He has a gun. So me and a few friends. It was me and my older brother and an old family friend of ours. We were super hyped about the game. We got it for Christmas, and boy, what I tell you, like we over here like idolizing the game, kissing the game case, like, oh, this is about to be such a great experience. The game is good. Okay, Jack 2 is definitely a good game, and then but when you hear Jack cursing, you see guns, he's killing people. I'm like, oh my God.
Was it that much of a difference from the first one?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. The first game is like your typical cartoonish platformer. Jack doesn't talk in the first game. He's silent. He's
Oh.
a silent protagonist. And then you get to the second game. The first line this dude says is he says he's gonna kill somebody. I forgot who he said he's gonna kill, but I'm like, oh, this is edgy. Oh,
Mhm.
this is edgy. I liked it. That game was hard too. That game was really freaking hard. But the Jack and Daxter games are freaking hard to this day. But yeah, that I love that. Another one. Y'all remember the game Jet Force Gemini on Nintendo 64?
I know
Yes, I,
of it. I've never
yeah, I
actually
know, but
played
I
it.
just never played it or really seen anything.
Yeah, me and my brothers played the hell out of that game. No, it's a shooter on N64, so you already know how that experience is. I don't gotta explain that to you. But yeah, the multiplayer, of course, split screen, and they have a lot of creative guns in that too. You can pick like different subsets of guns, like explosives, uh, heavy weapons, light weapons, stuff like that. Like sort of how GoldenEye did it. But Jesus Christ, trying to actually shoot something was impossible. The meta was to go in front, run in front of them, and mash the shoot button till you got some damage off.
Otherwise, you weren't doing jack squat to the
You were
enemies.
you can try to use that little reticule to aim. You're not gonna hit a damn thing. And aim assist didn't exist back then, so good luck.
It was raw skill, raw technical ability.
I'm saying.
Deontay, do you have any gaming Christmas memories?
Melodies, yeah.
I'm about to say, I was definitely about to say
The
melodies.
Christmas melody, Jingle
Melodies from
Bells.
heaven.
Um, so it was middle school. Was it middle school? Yeah, it was middle school. Um, and it was literally, well, you know how like in middle school I wasn't the smartest kid, and my grades were pretty below average at that time. But this was around the launch of the GameCube, and since like the GameCube had came out way before Christmas, I still wanted one like really badly. And my grades weren't that great or up to snuff. And the second marking period was in the middle of it. And so we were in the middle of the second marking period. And so, every school before they go in a big break, or especially Christmas break, you get them interim grades and all of my shit said needs an improvement and all the and like a
Ooh.
F in one of them and like a P. I passed like one class, it was banned. So
Like your
it
teacher,
won't
your teacher
it
wrote a
won't do
note like,
good.
"I don't know why he's here. He does nothing."
Pretty, but I did work. I just didn't turn shit in.
Oh, you
A
was one of them
lot of shit was
kids.
always in my book bag.
No.
You was one of them
But
kids.
anyway, Um, that I knew like that was just gonna surely just spell doom for fucking Christmas. Like I wasn't gonna be able to do shit or get anything because I had already got a beating prior prior to it, and then the entrance came, and I was like, "Oh, I'm really in the doghouse." So leading up to Christmas break, I was still on punishment, and then when I got interims, I was on punishment even longer at the beginning of the Christmas break. Comes Christmas, mind you, there were no fucking presents under that tree.
Oof.
Not a thing. The tree was empty. It was just ornaments, candy cane, and garland and icicles, but nothing was under the tree. Christmas morning, there's a shit ton of shit under the tree in a big ass box. In that big ass box, it had a fucking Nintendo GameCube in it. And my dad was like, "You only get to play this shit for an hour." Your ass is going back to your room. Tomorrow, you only get another hour. So pick
Bruh,
your
they were
games
literally
wisely.
gatekeeping the gamekeeping.
Yes, I was still in trouble, technically. But boy, that fucking hour was glorious. Because they got me um Mario Kart Double Dash,
Mm.
which y'all know my absolute love for this fucking game. Um, Luigi's Mansion and Metroid Prime. And that was a good Christmas in hindsight.
So
And literally I spent my first day playing nothing but Mario Kart Double Dash. Like it was just a mind-blowing experience for me. And it was like it was so bad like it was I got to play an hour and then I got to choose when I wanted to play Mario Kart. And I would tell my dad, "All right, I know we just woke up and I just opened, and Christmas was yesterday. But could I get my hour in now?" And it's like 8 a.m. And he's like, "You sure? Because you definitely won't be able to play it for the rest of the day." I'm like, "Yes,
I need it now.
yes, I want to play Mario Kart." He's like,
Need
"All
the
right."
fix.
So
Um,
uh
so that was mine.
Max, I'm curious about your Wii story, but uh Deontay, that reminded me of something. Remember how great it was when you got a new console and you just turned it on and it worked?
Yes.
Like you didn't have to deal with uh system updates and game not, working at launch and dog, you just turned the console on and it worked.
You
It-
just pop that game in that fucking car. You pop the cartridge in that bitch. You flipped it on, and it was game time. You didn't have to go to no main menu. You didn't have to log in. You didn't do nothing
Right, you
like
didn't
that.
have
You
to
just
create a profile. It was just system
mm,
on, game in, 2 seconds in, you're in. You're ready to play.
I mean, sometimes you get that time where you flip on like your Sega Genesis with the cartridge in, and the TV would still be black, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
so you gotta
Um,
take that bitch
so you
out,
take that bitch,
blowing the
blow in
cartridge.
it, yeah, put that bitch back in, and then you see the game pop in. You're like, "Oh, it's time to go." Right. And that was it.
Nowadays,
It
you
was
have
not.
to
It
have
was not complicated at all.
nowadays now you have to follow these fucking IKEA rule sets in order to get the damn thing to even just get a light to turn on.
Bro, like
Right.
nowadays it's
And you got
like
to have the right cords. You got to have this, that, and the third. And for your watching pleasure, you better make sure your TV supports whatever quality that the console outputs, and you got to make an account. Don't forget, you got to have internet. Because if you ain't got internet, you ain't doing nothing.
You ain't doing a damn thing.
so
So
Or
much.
you got to sign user agreements. Make yourself a separate login from the login you already have for the console.
Right.
Update the software, and then update the software in packs. Yes, I'm looking at you, Modern Warfare. Um, and then you can finally enjoy the game.
On
maybe.
Christmas morning.
Yeah, but like think about it. Like if a kid got, let's just say, an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, if they got it that Christmas morning, they'll be lucky to be actually be playing it by like late afternoon because it's just
It's
so
gonna be
much
so much shit.
downloading, setting the TV up, calibrating. Like it's so much you have to do before you can even just jump into the game. Because even if you get the system updated, the game needs to update.
And then even then, after the game update, you still just have to like you got to make sure that the like shit's calibrated. You got to make sure if you are you running a LAN cable or are you gonna run the Wi-Fi and how
Yeah, you got to set up
strong is the
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi to begin with.
Jesus Christ.
It's not Christmas friendly. That doesn't spread holiday cheer. It spreads frustration.
Like if I was a gamer father, and I'd be like, hey, I know I'm getting my son or daughter this gaming console. Like, would you preemptively open that junk up, install everything, so
Hell
it,
yeah! And put it back in the box, nice
right?
and neat.
So it's like, look, you're ready to go.
I'm like, but Dad, I have to do the update. Like, nope, nope, no, you ain't got to do that update. None of these updates either. And the game is already preloaded on there, so don't even talk to me. Just put it in.
Just go. So we all remember the Nintendo Wii was like the greatest thing ever when it was first revealed. Everybody wanted a Wii.
We sure did.
Everybody. And
See what I
like
did there? I'm
and
sorry.
and it was like it was hard to find. It was legitimately hard to find. Bro, somebody's playing Ridge Racer in your background.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, we're in Georgia.
It's not
You know where we
me
live.
this
It's
time.
Dodge Charger Central, bro. They're right outside.
Oh, that's you, Max. I thought it was
Yeah.
Deontay.
I can say it's not me this time. Not yet.
It's usually Deontay.
Mm-mm.
Um, so Max, how was your experience opening that Wii up on Christmas?
Oh boy, what? Because I was going crazy over it. You're the remote. You just have the remote. You swing your arms. I was like, oh, it's time to have a ball. So we opened that box. Our dad had brought a box in. Opened that bad boy up, and we see Nintendo Wii. It's like, oh, gotta plug this bad boy in immediately. Immediately. I forgot what was the first. We played Wii Sports. That's right. Wii Sports was the first game we played, and that game.
Everybody plays Wii Sports
Yeah,
first.
of course. But
Was
Because
this
Wii
a
Sports is
moral
goaded.
obligation?
Wii Sports is goaded. That's why. You play that tennis, Wii Sports tennis, that's where you go. And you just have a ball. Oh my god, we had so much fun with that. I remember going crazy when I seen that box.
So, I want to share my Nintendo Wii story. So, so at launch, as I said, it was very, very hard to find, and so I told my parents, "Hey, I really, really want Nintendo Wii," and they're like, "All right, we'll try." And with my parents, it was always the, "Hey, we'll try to get it to you. We don't know if we'll be able to get it, yada yada yada." But they almost always they get it. That's never a question. So this is like middle school, and like they're like, "Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna be able to get the Nintendo Wii," and I'm like, okay, yeah." I'm like, "Sure, you're not." And then come Christmas morning, I'm excited. I get out there, and guess what? The fuck is not there.
Not a Nintendo Wii, like they were telling you about.
Nintendo Wii is like, you thought I was playing? I don't
Bro,
know if I can get
No,
it.
sir, we can't get that for you. We actually don't got it.
bro, they was like legit like, no, we couldn't find it. Like that junk was sold out everywhere. So like there's like, here's a $250 GameStop gift card.
You go find it.
So if we find it, you have the money for it.
Damn.
That's actually hilarious.
And like, bruh, I didn't get that Wii until like, I think it was like February or March. Like it was just still sold out, and it was so hard trying to find, uh, it anywhere. And I remember I called a GameStop or something like stupid early in the morning, and it was like, yeah, we have a few that's coming in, and like I was like, hey, we gotta go now. We got to go. And I think we got lucky. It was like the second to last or the last one to get the Wii in that specific GameStop. And the what added fuel to the disappointment that day, they was able to get all the games I wanted,
Nice.
but not the console. And like I remember the launch titles too. I pulled up some of the launch titles, but I remember the ones I asked for specifically. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2, which I absolutely loved. Um, Excite Truck, underrated game.
I had that.
Excite Truck was fun.
It was really hard, and I was like, I don't like this.
I really liked it because like I actually like learned it and got used to like the little weird motion controls we had to like tilt the controller up and back and junk.
Mm.
Um, Metal Slug Anthology, that was really fun. And freaking Rayman Raving Rabbits. I had those 4 games.
I'm so sorry.
I like
Rayman Raving
I
Rabbits.
liked it. It was a fun game.
Oh, another thing.
I was seeing the rabbits in my Uno game.
Um, another story. Okay, so I was obsessed with the PSP for a long time. When I first seen those commercials, I was like, I got to get that.
Was that the
I just
start
gotta
of your
get it.
Vita obsession? Was with the PSP?
But we're getting there. Don't worry. Okay,
So
so
that was a Christmas
for
present.
for a long while, I never got it. My parents knew that I wanted it, but they just couldn't get it. So I went several Christmases, like waiting for this Christmas. Max, make sure you make a list. And I wrote it. I literally just get one piece of paper and write huge, turn it horizontal, and just write PSP. That's it. That's it. That's all. There was no list. I wanted a PSP. So eventually, my mother was able to get me one. It was some used PSP. It already had like a Transformer skin on it, but I wasn't complaining. I didn't care. I had my PSP,
Nice.
and I had the only game I had for it, Lego Batman, and I played the fuck out of that game. Oh my goodness, I played the life out. And eventually, one day, I guess I played it. It overheated,
What?
and it turned
PSP or the game?
the PSP.
Holy
and
shit.
it turned off and it would not turn back on. And I was,
Oh.
bro, what? I almost bust out. Bro, I don't think I was sad. I was fucking mad. I was pissed, and
You
I
were
just put it
heartbroken.
away. I thought I broke it. Um, Flash forward. This was. I had to be like a 10 or 11 during this. Flash forward to now I'm in high school, and that same bricked PSP is sitting there, right? So I'm like, nothing I do works. So one day I just decided, you know what? Let me mess around with this again. So I put it on the charger and I just left for the day. I came back, seen it, tried to boot it back on, and guess what? That shit turned on.
Oh, I bet you was excited, boy.
I was. This was like. This
Jumping for
had
joy.
to be at least, bro. This had to be at least like 7, 8 years later, bro.
Jesus.
Yes.
That shit was
This
laying dormant like a fucking
Right,
Dragon Ball
yes,
that does not act.
this is not a small time skip. I had to be like I had to be like 7 or 8 years old at this point. And I turned it, I was like, no way, bro. I almost busted into tears. I was like, bro, I went that much time thinking this thing was bricked, but I never threw it away because I thought maybe there'd be a chance. You know, I finally got my PSP. I didn't want to get rid of it. I didn't want, even if it was bricked, I didn't want to get rid of it. So
It would have been a nice paperweight.
So now we're getting to the point where the Vita's getting released, and guess what? My addiction doesn't cease. Now I'm like, I need a Vita. I need a Vita. I need a Vita. Give me a Vita. So much to the point where I was like, You know what? I'm just gonna get to the point where I save my own money, get it myself." But I I I didn't. That never happened. Um, so I remember me and my brothers and my dad was walking through the mall one day, and he had told me like, "Hey, I can get you one thing. Either I'm gonna get you a new phone or I'll get you a PS Vita." And
Ooh.
without hesitation, I said, "Give me that Vita." That and without hesitation. I didn't think about it. And to be honest, I regret that decision to this day because,
Second nature to you. You was like Vita. He's like, you sure?
bruh, because here we go. I finally get the Vita right, and I'm like, I can't wait to play it. I had two games. I had Borderlands 2 and I had Call of Duty.
Boy, that is a terrible way to play Borderlands 2.
Bruh, what? That is the most unoptimal play, the most unoptimal way to play Borderlands 2. And in this on this planet, bro, there will be enemies outside the draw distance shooting you, and you have no idea what's hurting.
Oh,
God.
You're
hell
playing
no.
on the lowest resolution. Not to mention the Vita just unless you have those extra like attachments to hold it like a controller, it feels awful to hold.
Really?
Yes, it does,
It
especially
it
for shoot.
it looks like
Like
a
no,
comfortable
let me
console.
let me reiterate. For shooters, it's uncomfortable to hold.
Okay.
For shooters, yeah, it's awful. For shooters, it's awful. For other games that don't analog stick work, it's fine. But for shooters, which is fast paced, Call of Duty, Borderlands, yeah, no. And then I played Call of Duty all the time. It was fun for what it was, but it was literally recycled assets. The game, it's they needed a Call of Duty for the Vita, so they just got some people to copy paste assets in there. They whipped together a little story, and then boom, there you go.
That sounds lazy.
It was lazy, but I played it. It worked. I played the hell out of it. Um, but I regretted it because now we're getting to the point where I'm about to graduate high school. It's about time to go to college. And guess who doesn't have a goddamn phone?
Oh wait, so you didn't have a phone at all?
uh, I didn't.
Oh, that
That's what
was
made
the
it
wrong decision,
yeah,
boy.
that was
Hey,
I
that was
didn't
not a
care.
cash
I
money.
didn't have a phone, bro. I did not have a phone. I did not have a phone, bro. The last phone I had was this little ass track phone, and that thing's been out of commission for a while at this point. Um, so yeah, I didn't have a phone, but I had a Vita.
Oh, well, if you put one in your hand, both of them in your hand, you look at them in retrospect. Would you still go for that fucking Vita?
Bro, what? Bro, I wish I never did that dumb shit to this day. I tried so hard to defend the Vita. I
Uh,
stuck by its
but
side for so long.
you were the only person I knew that actually
Tooth and
owned a
nail about
Vita.
that dumbass console.
Bruh, what? And then I could join my friends on the PlayStation on my Vita, so I could talk to you guys. Like even if I didn't have my PS4, I could talk to like the people in the party like while I'm at school.
And that junk sounded
'Cause
so low res too.
but I was in the party, and then they updated PS4 software, and it was no longer compatible. So it was literally a brick.
But even Sony was like, "Look, we can't support this."
And then they were about. Remember when they were about to close the PS Vita store?
Yes. And people
And
are
my
like, "What
shit,
the fuck are you doing?" Because there were games still being
yeah,
made.
bruh, what? And then the PS Vita has its own exclusive games. There's some games that are like a definitive experience on the PlayStation Vita. Believe it or not.
The definitive experience.
Vintage
Like you have games like Dog and Rampa on PS Vita. You have games like God Eater, like that's
Persona
on
4
the
Golden.
right
That
on
was
the
stuck in beta hell for the longest. Well,
right,
beta
bro.
hell.
And you're only gonna find that shit on the Vita.
Yeah. And the Vita's like a JRPG machine.
Basically, don't use that shit for shooters. Don't make my mistake and get Borderlands.
Could have got
You
the
can play
golden
big,
monkey for Uncharted or whatever the fuck that was.
right, bro. You can play Borderlands on a Texas TI-84 calculator, and that shit would be better than experience than it is on the Vita. I promise you.
Man,
Oh
over
my
here
god,
with a TI 89 calculators. I can
bro.
play Borderlands.
Bro, I did have a lot of fun with J Stars though. I don't know if you guys heard.
Yeah,
It
we know.
was
Yeah.
yeah, the previous game, the anime fighter to Jump Force, the one that came out before Jump Force. It was a lot of fun actually, and it was actually a lot of fun, and it was fun to play on the Vita. Honestly,
Hmm,
I still have it somewhere.
Um,
probably rotting somewhere.
No,
as
I downloaded a digital copy, so yeah, it's just installed on there.
digital rot then. Deontay, do you have any other Christmas gaming memories?
Um, well, I mean, it's not nothing that's like ooh ah or anything that was funny, but I do remember getting my fucking um PS4 for Christmas, but I bought it myself as like
Boo,
my
that
own.
doesn't count.
It's like my own, but it was like a Christmas gift to myself. Or all right, technically, since it was like I got my PS4 in either my sophomore or no, it was my junior year at Cookman, and because I still had a PS3, and I was still like getting like scholarship money from like other scholarships that I had applied for when I was in high school, and I had like a little bit left over, and I was like, you know what? When I get home, I'm gonna get a PS4, and I did. The problem was is that when I got home, that shit was too big to fit anywhere on my entertainment system because that shit was huge. And even though I had a PS3 prior to it, I the way my stand was set up, I couldn't, use it. So I had to take that bitch back,
Oh,
and I had to, figure out a way. How am I gonna get the PS4? I mean, I got my money back and everything. And then my mom was like, "All right, guess what? I'm gonna get you a stand, but you still have to pay for that damn console yourself." And it worked out. And that day, that Christmas morning, I played way too much Battlefield 1, too much Overwatch, and too much of
oh, so that was
what
your
was it?
first experience of Overwatch.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that was your first set. That was your first taste of addiction.
it was a bad addiction too. I've
Right.
weaned myself off of it now.
Oh man, I'm
It
trying
was
to have
oh,
my.
and Uncharted 4. Like those were like the three games that I had got to start myself off with, and it was awesome. Plus, Uncharted 4 came with the damn console anyway, so because it was a bundle.
So I have one more in particular. And this was one that was like very like near and dear to me. So I don't know why, but I was just always a very money conscious kid growing up. So like usually when I did ask for consoles for like Christmas, it'll be like usually it was like, hey, I want this console and like two games. Or like, I wouldn't or I'll go for like a bundle or something. Like I'll try to go the most cost efficient thing possible.
Smart man.
And I did that with my Xbox, which my Xbox 360, I should say, which till this day we joke like the joke is that it's on life support,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure if I hook that up, it will still work.
Got to give it a little love and care.
And I remember, I believe it was Christmas 2008. That should have been my first year in high school, my freshman year in high school, and I really wanted an Xbox 360, and I was like, look, get me the cheapest one. And I think the cheapest one at the time was like $200. And that junk did not have a hard drive.
How about that
Oh,
arcade edition one?
Yes.
oh
That
my
thing, I
god,
was like, why would anybody get
bro,
this?
that shit is bare bones. That's Xbox on a budget, boy.
Bro, that junk had like
It's not even Xbox.
256
It's like
megabytes
box.
of like storage on it. That junk was had no hard drive. It came with Sega All Stars Tennis and then like some other weird pack-in game. But I knew those games I wouldn't care about, but I specifically asked for uh Gears of War 2. And let me tell you, that was like one of the greatest like games to play on Christmas Day. Bruh,
Because it just stuck with you.
I got that junk set up. Now, mind you, I didn't have an HD TV at the time.
Oh shit.
I
Oh, you
didn't.
had
So
a box
like
TV. You had the
standard
box.
definition.
Yeah, I had a standard CRT esque TV. That joint was like
No,
32 inches, I think, or no, it was like
but
24 inches.
trust me, Brian, I understand. Because I played with one. I played with one of those big ass plasma screen box ass TVs,
with
and
the
that shit was out of it was too dark. It was old. It was aging. So it was too dark. Even on the brightest settings, that shit was dark as night. So there was a lot of games. If the game was dark, forget it. I can't see a thing. But so
So yeah, the junk was not. So this is not the optimal experience at all. so
but
I'm
it was an experience.
so I'm running this junk on the CRT TV, and when I tell you that game still blew my mind graphically, like it was the scene in particular that always just etched in my mind is the I believe it's the second mission, and you're like on this big like truck thing, and like it spans out and you see the horizon, you see like the draw distance, and you see how far things are. And I was like, bruh, it doesn't get better than this. Games will never look better than this. This is the peak of gaming right here in 2008 for Gears of War 2 on a standard definition TV.
Boy, was your mind just like absolutely just blown at that point then.
Man, I played so much of Gears that day. Like, like I got it was like one of those situations where I got tired of playing Gears because I had played it for like hours and hours, and then I tried the like Sega tennis game, and I'm like,
I don't want to play this. I want to play
I
Gears.
right. I was like, all right, that was a good 10 minutes. All right, back to Gears, and boy,
Oh,
and
the other guys are like, "Well, you got us too," and you're like,
bro,
"Nah, I'm gonna play Gears."
and I ain't gonna lie, like I told my friends I had got that Xbox, boy, bro. I was in hindsight, I was being bullied for the Xbox because they used to call my Xbox the shitbox 360
Oh,
because that shit did not have a hard drive.
damn, that's fucked. It's literally like just brainless. There's no heart. It's like the Tin Man from like Wizard of Oz. It's missing shit.
And then like, well, you all know about the Xbox 360, but for the listeners, they don't. That Xbox 360, boy, it has been one of the most hardworking consoles I've ever had.
You Skippy.
Bro, the power button stopped working, so it was like I had to take like
oh
a
my god.
pencil and put it through that little hole to turn the console on.
Remember seeing that? I remember using a screwdriver to pull the faceplate off so that
Oh
way you could get
Yep.
yeah. So you could take the disc tray out.
good
Oh
old
Oh
yeah.
Christmas Xbox boy.
Yeah, the disc tray ended up getting stuck, so like I had to take the faceplate off, and like you have to jam something just like right in the middle of it, and you have to hit the you have to hit the eject button and push it at the same time just to get the disc out. I had bought like a used hard drive and then like from GameStop, and that failed eventually. So like I had actual USB drives just hanging out of the console to
Yes,
hold my
you did.
games.
That's the last
bruh.
edition I remember actually seeing that damn thing in. I was like, this is sad. It's like it
Bruh.
needs
I
to
was
calm down.
like, this isn't like put this thing out of its misery, bruh. Please put this thing out of its misery.
Oh boy, that
But
joke was a
boy, if
trooper,
that thing wasn't a fighting game machine too, boy, you had everything on it
bro.
and everything worked.
Bro, we had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on there, Mortal Kombat,
Third
Injustice,
Strike.
yeah, Third
Your
Strike.
console is the first that fucking Xbox is my introduction to playing Third Strike.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what's really fucked up about it. Because if that thing goes, then it's a part of me. Leave I'm like, don't let save the Xbox, bro. Don't let it die.
Bro, we had Virtua Fighter on there,
Yep.
Street Fighter 4. Oh my god. And eventually I got like Split Second, and oh my god, that was the 360 was a good time. But boy, I remember that shitbox 360.
Go ahead, boot it up for the one time again.
Bro, that junk is in a storage container under my bed. like
Oh shit.
I had to put some work to get that out.
Sheesh.
um, so any other uh comments on or stories on Christmas gaming memories before we move on?
Nah,
Uh,
I think I got them all out. I'm probably forgetting a few, but I think I got them all out.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
nothing too significant.
one last thing I do want to say, uh, what has always been a perfect Christmas game for me was the Pokemon games, because it's like, you was out for Christmas break for 2 weeks, and like that game just consumed my life for those 2 weeks because you just had time. And boy,
Uh,
I would run through Pokemon games during Christmas time.
yeah, that's funny because that is like the perfect the game to like the really long, drawn out games that
Mm-hmm.
are pretty bloated with content. And for me, that was easily Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii. Because I had just gotten my Wii not too long after. And I had it prior to Christmas. I think I got it for like my birthday or something like that. And I was like, dang, I want something cool. And I didn't know what the fuck a Monster Hunter was. So when I had the Christmas money to get it, I was like, you know what, let me try this. This looks sweet. Pop that bad boy in. That night that I got it, I didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock.
Oof,
And I started
Jesus.
playing that bitch at 5 p.m.
Jesus.
That game, it was a extremely frustrating but immersive experience because, Monster Hunter is one of those games where you do everything really slow and you have to learn
Bro, you gotta
how
grind in
to
that
do this
game.
and that before you can do anything to any of those monsters.
That's why I don't like
And considering how
Monster Hunter.
primitive the older Monster Hunters are, um, you had to do a lot of learning, like just self-learning and learning the game because the game did not hold your hand. And also fucking with these damn motion controls because you couldn't turn them off to swing your sword. You had to, actually move your arm. And I was tired by the end of the day. So much so I ended up just like laying back in the chair and just like trying to figure out a way to move as little as possible,
Bro, you got
trying to
lazy
execute the
quick.
movements. Yeah, like it was exhausting. But that was like one of my Christmas games. Between that and I think one of the Tales games. I couldn't remember which one it is. I think it was Tales Exilia or the PS3, which needs a fucking remaster. But I'll talk about that later.
I'm definitely on the same page as Brian. I played a ton of Pokemon Ruby.
Oof.
Ruby, okay, so for a while, um, we only had one we only had one cartridge for Pokemon. So me and my brothers we would share it. So sometimes I would be on the game, sometimes my younger brother would be on the game,
Wait,
sometimes
hold
my
up.
older brother would be on the game.
Wait, how does that work? It's a single player game.
It
Like,
is. We basically just resume where the last one left off.
bro, that'd be
I
aggravating because
just shared the Pokemon.
I'd be like, bro, who taught this man cut? We can't get rid of
Nah,
the
bro,
move.
but nah, we never fussed about it. We never fussed about it. We just had fun with it. Though there was one time I remember we had a lot of legend. We got some of the event legendaries, right? So we had like Jirachi.
Oh, y'all were
Uh,
lucky.
yeah, bruh. And then or our dad had borrowed it, right? Because he was in the hospital at some point, and he needed something to do. So we gave him our Game Boy with Pokemon.
Uh-oh. That silence speaks volumes already.
Just like, uh-oh.
It was like when you just like we were expected to get the game back and go where we left off at. He started a brand new game and didn't
Oh.
get nowhere.
Oh.
He didn't get nowhere. So I'm sad at this point. I'm mad. I don't. My emotions are everywhere. I'm just,
I am so sorry. That's
Oof.
that hurt.
bruh, what? Yes.
Cause you put a lot of time in those Pokemon games, bro. Like you put in like 20
It's a
plus
lot of
hours
You
person.
bare
do. These
minimum.
aren't these aren't short experiences. You put a lot of hours in between piss. Bruh. And then you know what's funny? We got back to the end of the game, killed the Elite Four, got a legend. You know, of course we couldn't get some of
Kill
the
the
legendaries
Elite
back.
Four.
Oh, the Elite Four. Oh, Jesus.
Not
I'm
defeat,
sorry.
but kill the Elite
We
Four.
murdered
I'm
them in
sorry.
cold blood.
We beat the Elite Four, get back to where we're at, and this shit happens again. He goes to the hospital again. We get him the Game Boy again. He starts a new game again. So at this point, we're just like, you know what? Screw it.
Bro, at that
I'm
point,
gonna
you
just fix
you
it. Yeah,
hide Pokemon. We're like, oh no, Dad, we lost it. I don't know what
it's
happened to
gone.
it.
I'm sorry. So
They'd
at
be
this
like,
point, I just wait to
where
get
that
my.
Pokemon game at?
So at
You
this
don't have
point, it's like, you can keep Ruby. I'm gonna go get my own. So I go buy a copy of Sapphire. My older brother buys a copy of Emerald. So now we have all
That's
three.
smart.
Yeah. So now we're all playing all three. And boy, we used to play the hell out of that game. We would train our Pokemon up. My older brother had Coliseum on GameCube as well. And that game lets you do Pokemon battles. So you get to you
Mm-hmm.
if you have Ruby, Sapphire, or Emeralds, you get to bring a party of your Pokemon and battle with the people on Coliseum. And it was so good seeing your Pokemon in like full 3D models on Pokemon Coliseum and battling each other. I was like, bro, this is dope. It would honestly, I wish they did more stuff like. I mean, they don't really need to in this modern
Yeah,
era,
they're
but
just 3D now.
yeah, yeah, they're just all 3D now. The portable console is the strongest, the non-portable, but
Uh,
yeah, that was awesome. It was awesome back then.
so that reminded me of another experience because it was GBA, and I remember one Christmas I had got the Game Boy Advance SP, and like it was so cool because it had the back screen and all, backlight screen and all that, and like it was a nice form factor. And I had a Game Boy Advance prior to it, so I already had like games for it. But one of the games I asked for it was, and this was my first taste of like, this is not a good game. This is terrible. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and what came out close to launch was
What game was it?
Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu.
the GBA one.
Oh, Taiketsu.
Taiketsu
Oh,
Is
was,
bruh.
that the fighting game one? The GBA jump?
yes, before Supersonic Warriors, which is actually a pretty decent fighting game. This one had like, it was like 3D models, like the pre-rendered 3D models. They look like complete garbage. They controlled terribly. Like it
No,
was
I think I had Supersonic Warriors then.
no Taiketsu. You will know Taiketsu if you see it, or you could look it up
Trust,
now.
man.
Taiketsu is one of the worst looking games I've ever seen of my life.
What I promise you, you've seen it before, Squid. Just go look it up.
Bro, I remember playing through the game, like and like being frustrated because I'm like, it's not working. It's like it doesn't feel good. Like everything's stiff, and like I played that game
I
through.
did not play this one. Yeah, I played the other one.
Bro,
This looks like dog shit.
it's
Why would you play this on Christmas?
bro. I asked for it, and like
Aren't you playing this on Christmas and you're just looking at it like this is not what I wanted at all?
bro, I beat the game too, and it was just like at some point I was like, how those feelings where when you're as a kid you're like, bro, I have nothing else to play but this, because
Bro,
you
these
either
character
beat your
models.
go ahead,
Never mind. No, never mind.
bro. Like I remember like this is your only game. Like you asked for this. This is your Christmas gift. So like it was just one of those. You got to see it through to the end, my boy. And eventually, it got to the point where like I didn't play the game. It was just sitting there because I just didn't want to go back to that dog shit. And like a friend had asked to borrow it. I was like, you know what? You can keep it. Just get this
You
away from
can
me.
have this game.
I don't
My
want
Christmas
this anymore.
present to you. um, I
So
had a oh well, God.
no good.
Oh, no, I was gonna say that recently in the past couple of years, one game that has awkwardly become Christmassy for me, only because I played it the most during a Christmas that wasn't very didn't really get that much, and because that year was just a struggle for my family, and so I didn't get anything new. But I had just recently had gotten Bloodborne,
Mm.
and as weird as that sounds, and as unchristmassy as that game is, it is a very Christmas like comfort game for me. Or like around this season, like it comforts me because I spent a lot of time with it, and it's one of those games. It's long as fuck. Not artificially hard. It's well long. It's as long as you make it.
Yes.
And so, um, just learning along with like how the whole process with me and Monster Hunter, you have to do that with Bloodborne, but Bloodborne's a little different just because of it being Bloodborne. And so that's like one of those games where I was just like, you know what? I had just recently started it like a month prior to Christmas. Let me go ahead and boot this bad boy up. And I was hooked way past Christmas. So it is one of those games where I'm just like, man, I'm glad I got this around Christmas, but not on Christmas Day. And I just treated it as a Christmas present from my dad because he had just recently gave me the money to get it. I was like, you know what, this is your Christmas present to me, and I know things are not working out as intended. So thank you.
That reminds me of a series that not always, but it does feel like a Christmas game to me.
Right, I
Um,
gotta say first before you start, Squiddy, that's surprisingly wholesome for a game about eldritch horrors.
That's what I said. As much of a game that is not, a Christmas game, and that's a game that you should, if you're mentally stable, which I wasn't. Like that was a tough year for me too. Um, it wasn't. It's not a. It's not a holiday game per se, but
it's
for me personally, it is.
you don't
Mhm.
think of Bloodborne, you don't think of cheer and
Christmas and
festive.
Talio Saint Nick.
Yeah,
You think of Abrida's Daughter of Chaos or the Orphan of Kos. Anybody who's played those games, any of the listeners, and they know who I'm talking about,
Right.
Put a Santa hat on Abridas and see how
You see
that'll turn
how
you
Christmas is like these abysmal creatures.
right. Put a Christmas hat to change it.
so a game that always felt Christmassy to me, which this will spring us into this next topic. Um, Halo has always been a Christmas time game for me as well. Because I remember when I got my Xbox, the original Xbox, I had got Halo One. Um, I remember when I got, well, this was like years into the 360. I had got Halo 3 ODST one Christmas. I had got Halo Reach one Christmas, and I had got Halo 4 one Christmas. So I would just remember, Christmas Day jumping into a Halo campaign and just like really like diving deep into, the story and like running through the campaign and then jumping on multiplayer. And just Halo and just, large times of breaks was just always associated with me. So that brings me to the next topic, which was your favorite gaming experiences of 2021. And Halo Infinite is one of those really good gaming experiences for me for this year.
Agreed. Agreed.
I look back on my Xbox and I have like over 30 hours on Infinite, and I have not touched the campaign yet. So like the multiplayer came out what, the second or third week of November, and from then till now, uh, the week of Christmas, I've put over 30 hours in just multiplayer. I haven't even touched campaign yet.
And the campaign is, I will say, the campaign's a gem. Like 343 really outdid themselves with Halo Infinite because they went back to the roots. They did what everyone said they should do, and they went back to the roots. The stuff that made they went back to the stuff that made Halo good in the first place. And it's like, of course the game would be good because they did a lot of the extra features that they had in Halo 5. They took a lot of those out, and they really, of course it's a little bit more modern. You have things like the grapple hook, but those are great features. The grapple hook's a great
Love
addition.
that shit was in the game.
Right. Um, and it's just fun.
It's
Like
so fun.
the game's genuinely just fun.
Like
Um,
it's so fun like being at a game at launch and like really learning the meta as it grows and just like learning what weapons are good, what strategies to do. Because like Halo always just felt like there'll be moments where you're like, how is that possible? Or why does that work like that? When somebody does something insane in multiplayer, and it's just
That's Overwatch. When I first started playing it, when I got my PS4, that's exactly what that was like for me.
you're just like,
Like
how is this
being in the heat of
possible?
it, not, yeah, not jumping in super late and just like already being up to date, knowing what the fuck is up. It's a little different when you actually start something at launch.
Right, and 343 has been great at like doing updates because like at launch it was literally two playlists, no three playlists. It was quick match, which was just like literally all the game modes in one, big team battle, and then ranked. And like people were like complaining, it's like, hey, we just want to do Slayer only, and like there's like, all right, here it is. People was like, hey, the progression system is garbage, and they went and fixed it, and they've been doing really good of like being constant with user feedback and fixing things.
Because I
Um,
haven't been back to it since
yeah,
since we played it one
we
time.
all need to jump back in. Like because me, you, uh, Max, and Mike, we all have it. We all should just jump in and squad up.
Technically, everybody has.
Technically, I mean, but out of our friend
I,
group, we the
I'm
only ones who
saying
have it out of our friend
we're the
group,
only one that have an Xbox and can play it,
or PC.
or PC. Yeah.
Very true. We do.
But
And we
See, my only gripe with Halo Infinite is the customization system is why did they switched it up too much? They made it too much pay. They made it too much, modern shop battle pass bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
they got
just want to
treated like a
unlock my
player.
armor. I want to unlock my armor the hard way, like I had to do in Halo 3 and like in Halo Reach.
bro, you remember in Reach where there was like a armor where you had to like beat the game on legendary to get it,
Yeah, bruh.
or some
They had
bullcrap like that.
They had those challenge, and if you wanted to get big monies, big credit, so you actually buy the armor, you have to do challenges like beat this level with legendary all skulls on. Good fucking luck, mind
Right.
you, because that shit is hard as hell. Um, yeah, but yeah, other than that, yeah, Halo Infinite is a really fun game. That's a good bit of my that's a good bit of my. I need to play it more. The favorite gaming experience of 2021. Another one is Smash. Yeah, y'all can already tell because I play that game way too goddamn much.
Yes, you play like every
Um,
day.
yeah, I play it like every day because I started competing again. I got really into the game again. I started playing with the streamers online. Like I'll go to streamers. There's a lot of streamers on Facebook that I frequent. Uh, it's a good little community there too because it's primarily black. Like all the content creators are black.
Hey,
Most of the people that play are black because it's niggas in Atlanta, and it's
Specifically
just
in
great.
Atlanta.
Mostly Atlanta because they're not all Atlanta. Some of them are in. I know a couple of them were in Texas. Some of them were in New York, but for the most part, they're in Atlanta. And even with some of us, we're planning on doing some of one. I remember one of the streamers is planning on hosting something local in Atlanta, and I'm most definitely going to show up to that. Um,
Gonna go spike some controllers.
Yeah, spike them in person because boy, playing Smash online will do that to you. Despite how much that game makes me want to shatter my Switch, I can't get enough of it. I love that.
You love the competitive spirit of the game.
Yes, I do. I very much do. I like winning.
What about you, Deontay? What is favorite gaming experience of 2021?
Lady in a leotard with a gun. You know, that just I can't get enough. I can't stop. I can't put it down. I just can't.
Max, have you seen that crap?
Whoosh.
Lady in a leotard with a gun.
It's a real
I
game.
don't. I haven't. I think you got. I heard you.
Go ahead, and search it up. Right. Go ahead, and search it up right now.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God,
blow your
lady in a
mind.
lady in
Um,
a leotard with a gun.
for me, earlier in the year, and with it being a PS5 exclusive, Returnal, because
Mm.
it's legit an amazing game that I've yet to beat or probably won't beat anytime soon because it's really fucking hard. Um, but that was like this is one of the few games that come out this year other than Ratchet and Clank that I want to get and Deathloop that I was like, damn, this is legit a next gen game. Like I'm excited for the future of the current generation of systems and whatever the Nintendo Switch decides to do in the next 2 to 3 years after the Switch, because Switch been out forever and it's time for them to
Bro, what
do
is
something new.
going on with this game? Whoa.
He looked it up. Everybody that's listening, look up Lady in a Leotard with a Gun. If you have not looked it up or you haven't seen it, you owe it to yourself to just at least get a glance. Um, but yeah, because Returnal was like really, really, really fun. Uh, gorgeous. It feels great. It sounds great. Like there's no music per se in the game, but the audio design in the game is very, very immersive, especially when you have on your headset and you're like just hearing everything going on around you. It's just awesome. It's great. And you can you can lose track of time playing in that game because of, at first you couldn't suspend your fucking save.
Yeah, you
You
had
have
to
to
do
do the
that joke
runs
in
all in one go.
Yeah.
So you would be sitting there playing the shit for literally a couple of hours have passed, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta stop. But I can't, because if I turn off the fucking system, I'm screwed. Not anymore. They get an update where you can suspend the save and you can fuck off and do whatever you want. Um, so yeah. The first half of the year has definitely been Returnal. Hands down. Easy. Middle of the year, starting in March, maybe March. May, no, not March.
But definitely not March.
July,
That's not
like
the middle of the
beginning of July,
year.
excuse me. Yeah, completely year. July and up until now. Apex. Lots and lots of Apex.
Yeah, you all got
Uh
back way like heavily into Apex this year.
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, but it was just something I was like, what? Just give this a old college try again. I got fucking hooked. They got me. And I think because they started adding a
Because
lot
it's
more
such a
characters.
it's such a made game, and they support it so well too.
Yeah, that too. And that's when I was starting to realize, like, I started seeing videos like, now is the time for players to start coming back to Apex if you haven't played in a while. I was like, yeah. And then I started looking at clips. I was like, ooh, that does look fun. Um, I've definitely been getting back into that. And, you know, I play that shit damn near every day. It's definitely has recently replaced Overwatch. I haven't been playing Overwatch that much a lot lately. That probably going to change a little bit now that the winter event's going on, so I can get me these skins. I was playing comp last night after y'all had went to bed, and I was still like drunk, so I was like, on some drunk games, and that didn't go over too well. Um, but I still genuinely have more fun now learning Apex because there's still a shit ton to learn as far as like this brand new map. Still trying to get some of these wins. Still trying to figure out what characters I use the best. And I've been genuinely enjoying the game for the better part of this other half of the year. So that's been my other game of the year, other than Returnal. So Returnal is the first half. Apex is the last half.
Well, speaking of games that we play daily,
Well, it's just
Oh
fucking Slay the Spire for you.
I love
my.
Slay the Spire. Oh my god, I cannot stop playing Slay the Spire.
You know what's fucked up, Brian? You didn't start playing that shit until I told you about it. Literally, when you got your Xbox Series X, and that game's been out for about 2 years.
The game's been out for a while, but I had no idea about it. And so with Slay the Spire, if you don't know, it's a roguelike, procedurally generated card deck building game. And when I first got my Xbox Series X after that long ordeal, when I actually physically got my Series X, I was exploring Game Pass because there's just so much crap on there. And um, one, God, I can't even remember the other game. The first game, one of those games that I bought, I downloaded. It was the same style, roguelike, procedurally generated card game and enemies and all that stuff. Um, it was like an anime game. It was very shiny, chrome esque, whatever. I was playing
Oh
it.
yeah, that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but I was like, yeah, it's all right. It's blah blah blah, and I described it to Deontay, and he's like, oh, you should try to Slay the Spire. It sounds just like that. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll test it out, and I was hooked immediately. I am so scared to like look at my save data, like my hours played on that game. I think I have over 300 hours in that game,
God damn.
and that's just on the Series X. That's not counting the times I played it on PC and the times I played it on mobile, because those are different saves. I love Slay the Spire. It is my game that I play after work to decompress. I listen to podcasts while playing it. I listen to music while playing it. I Over the summer I would wake up, give me a cup of coffee, and I will
And play
play it. I'll play it as I'm sipping my coffee. I talk to people on the phone while playing that game. It is such a relaxing and chill game, and it's just like
until
you
your
you
run is over because of bullshit.
you get so tantalizingly close to winning, and that's what keeps you addicted. You get so close,
So close to winning.
so
So
close.
I've never
cool
played this
about
game in my life. Slay the Spire. I've never played it once.
It's on
I,
Game
I
Pass.
you want to know what's really fucking funny, yo?
Hmm.
I own the game
I did not know
physically.
that. Physically.
Physically, never popped the bitch in. Actually, no, I put it in once, and I was like, "This is a game that I would like to not have to physically pick up and like put the disc into the console. So I'm gonna find a different way to play this." So it's one of those games where it's amazing, but I'd rather have it on like my Switch or something,
Man,
so that way I can play it portably
if I get on
because it's one of
if
those.
I get on Switch, that's like the fourth area where I have that game.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh, speaking of Switch, I definitely played a lot of Hollow Knight too. I need to finish Hollow Knight. Speaking of that game, oh my goodness, that game is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm
And
so on.
man, I'm mad at myself that I'm finished it yet. Matter of fact, I might just play it tonight after we're done. After we're done streaming. After we're done recording, because Hollow Knight is such a good goddamn game.
I agree, and I've only beaten it once, and there's multiple endings, along with a shit ton of DLC. Hard DLC at that.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, because I'm playing the version that has all the. And then, boy, when Silk Song comes out, oh, can't wait.
None of us can wait. People were mad at the like there was a Nindy, the Nintendo Indies thing that just passed like last week, and people were pissed that there was no type of like announcement regarding fucking Silk Song because that game that got announced like years ago, specifically from Nintendo's
Yep.
like direct. It still hasn't had like any other updates or nobody's even said anything about it. Like none of the developers have done anything. People are pissed.
And what's it called? Another good gaming experience was the wait for Elden Ring. The wait to hear something from Elden Ring. Honestly,
That's your gaming moment of the year.
that's my gaming moment of the year. Not the game itself, but just waiting for it. Waiting to still existed.
That's kind of for me too.
The memes that popped out of it because it was actually pretty funny. I thought there was a point in time where I was like, "This game real? Like, is this game actually happening? Why is it taking so goddamn long?" Someone answer these questions because I have a lot of questions and no answers.
um, any other 2021 specific gaming experiences?
Um, Other than Returnal shitting itself earlier, I'm never gonna forget that. 2021, 2022, 2023. I'm never gonna forget it when the game just crashed in the middle of a boss fight that took me 3 hours to get to.
God damn. I think uh me talking about Elden Ring is a perfect segue into the last
Yep.
topic. What game am I looking forward to 2022?
Yeah, your most anticipated game of
But
2022,
Elden, that's
Your
it. That's
part
all. That's
of
all I
the
need. All I need is Elden Ring.
which ironically was your most anticipated game of 2021 from last
Bro,
year.
what? Yes, it was. Elden Ring. And I don't know what it is, but this is the age of the open world. We're getting open world Kirby, open world Sonic, another Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring. What else is getting open world? Uh, there's another one I'm missing, but goddamn, this is the age.
Say that again. You cut off, Max.
I cut off.
Yes.
Did you? What part? How much of it did you catch?
You we caught you saying talking about the open world games, and then
Oh yeah, we're in the age. We're in the age of the all these damn open world games coming out. Kirby, Sonic, damn Elden Ring, and Breath of the Wild 2. It's there's a lot of games that are coming out and a lot to play. Isn't what's that open world game where you're that female fighting like robot dinosaurs?
Horizon
bro,
Zero Dawn.
Horizon.
Jesus Christ, that description, fighting
Is it
dinosaurs.
Fight those robot
fighting robot dinosaurs? Is that not what the fuck it is? Is that not what it is? I'm so
I mean, you're not wrong.
not wrong at all. He knew what he meant to say. He said,
I'm saying, goddamn, you're taming robot.
"It's
You're
even
a girl in a primal suit. It's like cavemen taming robots. Like what?
like, but you got to play the first game to understand.
I guess.
You legit have to like when you first play the game, you're like, okay, yeah, there's like legitimate robot animals. Why is this? But you legitimately have to play like significant part of that story to understand everything about that. Which is why I am excited for that game. I just know I'm not gonna buy it because I'm not gonna buy it until I can get a PS5 so I can experience it the right way.
The right way.
But I completed Horizon Zero Dawn and I almost like 100% of that game, but it was just like a few annoying things that I just didn't do. But I had like 70 hours in that game. Like it's great.
I
um,
I want to get into these open. I want to get. It's just so many of them. Open world. Like I'm definitely gonna play the Kirby. I'm certainly. it's dog shit or not. Um, Breath of the Wild 2. I gotta finish Breath of the Wild 1.
Bruh, same.
But I've seen so
think I
much of
actually
it. I
started
mean,
it.
there's no part of the game that I don't know as much watched of it though. So I pretty much have finished the damn game.
With me, I'm like literally at the last guardian that I have to do. I'm like at the cusp of just beating the main, story. I kind of stopped playing that game because Fire Emblem Three Houses came out right when I was playing that, and I got completely addicted to that. So I had dropped.
Just dominated you.
Yeah, completely.
Um, oh no, it's into. I mean, other than Elden Ring, I can't remember what else comes out next year.
I'm looking at a like list here, so I'll just spitfire a few. Um, God of War.
Oh yeah, I haven't beat the first one yet, so
Um,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I will love it.
I've definitely watched a I watched a playthrough, so I know the story, but
Oh,
I can't wait. Honestly, that's another one.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
that's
Arceus.
like shit.
I'm
Just
I'm
saying.
I'm yeah. It unless we need to see more footage of it because that last footage was oof.
More footage running at like 60 or fucking 45 frames because that shit was sluggish.
That joint was at like 15. um, like we said earlier, Horizon Forbidden West. Um, let's see, Grid Legends, which is kind of interesting for me. Because I like the grid games, but it's the grid game, but with a more story element to it. Um,
Turismo 7.
yeah, Gran Turismo 7.
I'm actually kind of excited for that. I may or may not get into that. I'm not sure, but it just looks really, 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 really pretty.
Project Triangle Strategy.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
forgot about that.
I did too.
Um,
They need to change that fucking name though.
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
Forspoken, which looks amazing.
Yeah, that is kind of. I actually legitimately am excited. Actually, yes, that is one of my most anticipated games.
Saints Row. I
Don't
don't
care.
care. Starfield.
That's the one I was missing. Saints Row, another open world game. I'm actually Starfield looks interesting.
We ain't seen
Right.
nothing
We
from
don't
it.
know anything
It,
about it.
it's space. That's interesting enough. Damn it,
It's
it's
like no man's
space.
time for all that.
um.
Space made by fucking Bethesda. I mean, come on. I said Bethesda. Damn.
Oh, this is definitely for me. Bayonetta 3. I cannot fucking wait until Bayonetta 3. Oh my
Yes, you
god.
can.
No, I
Because what they
cannot.
say, we're gonna delay the game till 2023.
Bruh. Like, I'm so mad that they
Here's
announced Bayonetta 3 like
here's Scalebound.
2017. And they announced in 2017 as like it exists and said
It's
nothing until 2021.
like you wanted Bayonetta 3, you got it, but we don't have anything to show you.
Once they give us a concrete release date on that, I'm gonna go and repurchase 1 and 2 and burn through those a few times in anticipation to 3. Oh my god, I cannot wait for
Because
Bayonetta 3.
3 is it look with that little bit of gameplay that they showed, the poor Switch, it is gonna need Jesus to run that game.
I don't think so because Platinum usually does a good job of optimizing the games. Because like again, Bayonetta 2 was a Wii U exclusive, and that game ran
Mhm.
well
And
and it
and,
looked
and
well.
even though nobody played it, but I did, and well, I still am, and I'm about to beat it. I'm pretty close. Astral Chains looks fucking sick. It runs gorgeously.
Yeah, they know how to optimize.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Also,
see.
there was like a Astral Chains Easter egg in there, like at the very beginning of that trailer.
Yeah, that's why people thought it was Astral Change too.
I was like, oh shit. Um,
Let's see.
I can't think of anything else.
I'm looking for like the biggest big. Oh yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo that got delayed. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
That's supposed to come out this year. Oh, I am excited for Gotham Knights and
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad Kills the Justice League.
Yes, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League most.
Like that last gameplay trailer, it was like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah,
And I know I'm gonna enjoy Gotham Knights as well because Gotham Knights scratches that Batman Arkham City Arkham Asylum itch,
yeah.
and I would love to like be able to get to play as Robin and Red Hood and stuff like that. Let's see what else. The multiverses.
Oh, that's the Warner Brother game.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers 2v2 Smash.
Yeah, 2v2 Smash. I mean,
Whoa.
it looks good. It looks
It does.
good. It definitely has more polish than that Nicktoon shit.
Wait, what?
What happened?
Oh, this is some stuff. This is a game I'm just seeing for the first time, and I had no
Oh, you
idea.
didn't see it? You didn't see it?
No, I'm talking about something else. Um,
Oh,
this probably only relates to just me because I'm pretty sure none of y'all play this game. But they're making a sequel to Phantom Breaker, and it's
yeah.
going to be a fighting game, Phantom Breaker Omnia.
Yeah, you ain't seen that shitty trailer?
No, it's shitty. Don't tell me it's shitty. Oh no.
No, 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 no. The trailer is shitty. The game looks amazing.
Is it that trailer that I'm thinking of?
Wait,
Hold
that's not the
on.
thing that
Trailer's got
Dante.
this guy. He's like, "All right, welcome to the stage."
Oh,
Wait,
is that
that's the joint that
that's
Dante
it? That's
posted.
it?
Yeah, that's what he
Oh
posted.
I
no
didn't realize. I gotta go
way.
back. I gotta go back because I didn't put the two together because it's a very generic name, Phantom Breaker, whatever. It's a generic name.
Don't get me wrong,
But I just looked
but
at the key art from it because Phantom Breaker is a beat 'em up. It's an anime esque styled beat 'em up, and it's a really good beat 'em up. It's a modern interpretation of a beat 'em up. Um, and the character designs were really good. The game felt really good, and it kind of like took fighting game esque mechanics, um, in it as a 2D, beat 'em up. But I never realized it they're making it into an actual fighting game. That
I
is
thought it was already a fighting game. I'm not
great.
even gonna lie to you. The way they presented it.
Nah, it's just a beat 'em up. They're using the same characters from it, and the one of the characters in Phantom Breaker is a unlockable character is Kurisu from um 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 God the freaking anime with time travel.
Gate?
Steins Gate, yeah, Steins Gate.
Okay, okay. I was tripping.
Yeah, it features Kurisu from Steins Gate. She's in the game
Wow.
because they're like the same company that did them or something weird like that.
Hmm.
But I gotta check that out. Wow.
Yeah, that
Um,
trailer's up there. Have
Shadow
fun.
Shadow Warrior 3.
I forgot about that. They showed like a
I did
trailer a
too.
long time ago, and then they haven't shown us shit all year.
Splatoon 3. I'm actually really excited for that.
I might get this game's probably gonna get me to Splatoon because I have yet to actually play Splatoon game.
Oh, I would love if we can play that together. Splatoon is really fun. It's just Nintendo does some baffling decisions when it comes to online and how they approach online, but it is a legitimately really fun experience.
Okay, that definitely sounds like a plan. I've been meaning to get into I've honestly been getting meaning to get Splatoon.
This one is a one for me personally. 2 Point Campus. I think that's gonna be really fun.
Isn't
Oh
that that's
yeah,
what they have?
did you play
I
Two
only
Point Hospital?
I played a little bit of 2 Point Hospital. That wasn't really my thing because I just didn't
did you
care.
get did you get Sonic Tails and Knuckles included?
I didn't really play much as 2 Point Hospital because I wasn't digging the whole hospital aesthetic or theming. But as a campus running a school, now that strikes my interest.
Hmm.
Okay, principal.
Right.
um, what else is this other thing? Oh, and Sonic Frontiers.
Oh yes.
I
I'm I'm going to do the stupid thing.
Ain't going to buy it.
I'm going to do no. I'm going to do the stupid thing and give it the benefit of the doubt.
I want to
I'm
as
going to.
well.
I'm going to be stupid because I did the same. I did the same thing for Sonic Forces, and you know how I feel about that fucking game. And uh, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna be foolish yet again. I'm not gonna learn from my mistakes yet again.
like
On purpose.
I'm not opposed to the idea of Sonic being an open world because if you look at stuff like Sonic Utopia, that fan game, it's very plausible.
Yes,
Extremely
Um,
doable.
it's just when we saw that trailer reveal and that shit was running at like 10 frames per second. Oof.
Mm, no.
Like I know it said holiday 2022, which is usually like November. They usually release the biggest Sonic games in November anyway. So it's probably they have a time to optimize it as well, obviously, but it's just like Sonic Team. Last game y'all did was Forces, and that Forces was what 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
It was a while. So I'm like, y'all had like 6 years to really develop this game. Please, please knock this out of the park. I do not want to be disappointed by another Sonic game.
You might be.
I really don't want to, bro. Like I'm hurt. I'm tired. I'm pretty sure.
My
I'm
body
pretty
refused.
sure. I'm tired, and I'm pretty sure most Sonic fans are too.
We're just
Like
tired.
we just want to see our Bluebirds like strive, bro. Like come on, bro.
Sound like a
Sonic was literally
disappointed father.
bruh, like Sonic was my bruh. High school, I cringe at how bad I was of a Sonic fan in high school. I had my own OC.
Oh
I
no,
drew
I can't say that because I definitely had mines. But mines was in elementary school when I made him.
bruh. What? I was definitely in high school. Um, um, yeah, and I had friends that had their own OCs as well. I had a friend of mine who was a really good artist draw him out as well. So I have a drawing of him sitting somewhere. I know where it's at. But Jesus, I like that. I'm a Sonic fan to the day I die. Sega,
I think we all are. No matter how many baffling decisions they decide to make.
no matter how many times he makes me hurt, they make me hurt. I still keep coming back. Still keep giving him the benefit of the doubt. Still keep holding on to hope.
You got to be more careful.
Got to be more. I got teased. We got teased with Sonic Mania. That's only because they gave it to the fans.
Right.
I don't think we're ever going to see that again. Christ. All right. I think we should go ahead and start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Sega, don't let me down.
Um, Elden Ring in 2 months.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Crazy is that close, isn't it?
Oh my god.
February 25th, baby.
Oh my god. The only game besides that I don't pre-order games. Ever since I got traumatized by Gears of War Judgment, I don't pre-order games. Um, but Elden Ring, I'll make an exception.
You know that Elden Ring comes out on a Saturday. I don't think I'm going to work that Monday.
That's really smart. I will say this. I do like that Nintendo usually does that. They do their game releases on a Friday, so that way you can actually enjoy it through the weekend.
So you can actually play the game.
Fun fact: do y'all know why video game releases come out on a Tuesday?
What?
It's because of our good friend Sonic the Hedgehog.
And that was the Sound Test Podcast,
All
everybody.
right, everybody.
Okay, no,
See you
okay,
next time.
okay, hold up. Legit, the reason why games come out on Tuesdays is because when Sonic 2 was about to be released, they did a whole marketing campaign called Sonic Tuesday.
What the fuck?
And like it wasn't standard for like video game releases that have like set days to come out. They would just sometimes they would just come out in the late 80s and 90s. And so it was like a specific day. Sonic will come out on this Tuesday specifically. And it was so popular with it them having a release date on a Tuesday that over the time just games just kept on releasing on Tuesdays and eventually just happened where it was just standard that games releases on a Tuesday.
That's so weird.
So
That is kind of weird.
so think
Sonic 2 was that influential.
people were
Well,
they
it's a
wanted that
good ass
hedgehog.
game.
They wanted
It
that
was a good
hedgehog.
ass game, bro. And Sonic had the tude.
Speaking of which, I'm sorry, I know we said to stop this, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I know this is not a game, but I am so excited for that movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, most
Most
definitely.
anticipated game that isn't a game, Sonic 2 the movie.
That's going to be really good. Oh my god! And Idris, the sultry voice of Idris Elba as Knuckles the Echidna.
Right. You got an elbow playing the voice of an enchilada.
Elbow.
Elbow.
It's great. I can't wait for Sonic 2.
All right,
Shit.
let's end this. Thanks,
All right.
thanks for listening to our bullshit.
Happy holidays, everybody.
This has been the Sound Test Podcast, episode 11. Goodbye.
Good.
Good?
Are you gonna finish it?
No.
God damn it.
I mean, why would we? You forgot to tell them Happy New Year's.
Yeah. Happy New Year's. Yeah, you happy?
Now you've made it awkward. Now you have
And the doggone podcast.